Hit record. Welcome. So glad to have you guys here. Like I say every week, if you know of someone who should be on this call and they're not just yet, go ahead and send them a reminder. We all need those reminders. It's easy to forget with all we have going on. So your upline, your downline, your sidelines, send them the reminders to hop on this call. Send them the meeting ID. My name is Amber Livesey. The other beautiful young lady that was just speaking, Sunday Anderson. And I think I might have seen, is Stephanie on here?
Yes.
Yeah, there's Stephanie Erskine. Hello. And then Jana is not on here tonight. Her birthday's tomorrow, but her son-in-law's birthday is today. And so they are going out for, can y'all tell I'm admitting people and doing all the things? They're going out for his birthday tonight. So she's playing hooky, having time with family. I'm sure having a great time. It's so weird to say Jana's son-in-law. That's just weird. Anyways, so we are your diamonds. I see some new faces. That's why I wanted to do this. I see some new people that maybe you haven't been on a call in a minute. So we are your diamonds, leading you through this, hopefully, and leading this contest for you all. Then we have a ton of jewels on our team. I see Vicky and Linda and Amy and so many jewels on our team that are our co-captains in this contest.
Yes.
Who is loving the contest? Are you loving it? Put in the chat, what is your favorite thing about the contest? What is your absolute favorite thing about this contest?
Tracy and Marla.
Are they on here too? I couldn't see everyone.
They're my team captains, and I
love it.
Linda is actually filling in for Jana tonight.
Yes.
Used to fill, Linda.
I do think Jana has bigger feet than you, so that could be. Although Linda's in a boot right now. Linda stepped on lava rock, which is a little crazy. When you get to the island of Hawaii, the big island where we were, I'm still admitting people to the waiting room, so I'm stalling. When you get to the big island, you kind of feel like you landed on the moon. Yeah, keep putting in the chat what's your favorite thing about the contest, because there's lava rock everywhere. We went and saw an active volcano. I say we saw it. You could see like this much of red glow from the lava. But there's lava rock everywhere, and Linda stepped on some of that lava rock, which was very easy to do, and hurt her tootsie, hurt her little foot. And so we are praying for her to feel better. Okay, we have got a lot of people on here. Keep sending those text messages because our last couple of calls have been a little bit bigger. So if you see some people that aren't on here, shoot them over a text message. Sunday, you want to take it from here to start off the contest details?
Few little things. First off, I shared with y'all before we left for Hawaii that when I first joined, I was mesmerized by all the pictures of people that were there, and it really was motivating. So how many of y'all actually followed along through social media and followed those pictures? And was it inspiring? I know for me it was all those years ago. I was like, I can do this. If they can do this, I can do it. And that's really what we want y'all to think as you're watching these. And y'all, the trip is fabulous in Mexico. I cannot wait. We're going to put some pictures from last year. We're going to start posting those just so you can kind of get a sense of what those rooms were like. Amber, I think, can't we like scroll through and like catch some of those pictures and put them in the Building Freedom group?
Yeah, we can do that. Y'all, these resorts where we were at last year, the Emerald Resort, the Emerald Sapphire Resort, the Diamond Resort, I got a taste of a little bit of each of them. They're amazing. Best resorts I've ever been to in my entire life. And I think the other jewels that were there will agree to that. You have a personal butler, you guys. You have a golf cart that will be at your door like that if you need to go anywhere. It's unbelievable. You want to work for this. But here's what I want to encourage you guys with. Here's what's going to happen when we go to Mexico next year. Your people are going to be getting inspired by your pictures. You are going to be on the beach writing their names in the sand. The people that you see potential in right now, the people that maybe are just starting out, you're going to be writing, okay, Erica, I'm writing your name in the sand. You're going to be here with me next year. It takes that belief. So I want you guys to picture yourself there in Mexico. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. And it's a much shorter flight than Hawaii. Hey-o. And no jet lag. All of us that have just returned from Hawaii are giving all the praise hands for that, because jet lag is brutal. It is brutal. Yes, Marla, I saw you put on here. We had an outdoor shower. You guys know it was all enclosed. Okay. Outdoor bathtubs. I mean, all enclosed in your space and all this. But it's just absolutely incredible. It's like a little piece of paradise. When they announced,
Oh,
go ahead, Cindy. No, go
I
ahead.
didn't go last year. Y'all had family issues, but for those of y'all who went last year, who used the outdoor bath and shower?
I did. I used my outdoor shower.
But
I have a really funny story about the outdoor tub. If you guys know a diamond named Datha Wilson, is that her last name? She was in her outdoor bathtub, and her housekeeper, who didn't speak much English, knocked on the door and let the husband let them in and said, "Oh, I'm just doing some things in the room." Well, then she just opened the bathroom door while the husband tried to stop her, but he was too slow, walked out to where she was in the outdoor bathtub, started lighting her candles. And Datha's like, "I'm fine. You can leave. I don't need my candles lit." And she's just the whole time like, "Okay, yes, ma'am. Okay, yes, ma'am." And because they had such a language barrier. And so she leaves finally. She's like, "Oh, thank God she's gone." Comes back out with towels. She leaves again, comes back out with her robe. Datha's like, "Oh my word, this woman's seen every inch of me at this point." So I do advise scrutiny on the outdoor bathtubs and maybe a locked door. That is what I would highly recommend on those. But y'all, these resorts are unbelievable. I want to say something real quick. Sunday just said something. Sunday and Trey, they have 2 kiddos. They're amazing kids, Cole and Maddie. And Cole is in his senior year, captain of the football team. And this amazing couple will not miss his games. You guys, they took days off the beginning of their trip and days off the end of their trip to not miss Cole's games. That is Plexus. That is what it's all about. It truly is. And I just wanted to give that shout out to Sunday. I love that you guys do that and you're determined, family first, not to miss his games and to be there for that kiddo. So
I love that Plexus is family first. Steph brought her kids this year. There were so many kids. So please, y'all know that Plexus loves families. And
yeah,
I saw nursing mamas and up there today. I mean, at the meetings, and not today, but in Hawaii, y'all, they love families. And this is a family business.
very cool. All right, let's go ahead. Who wants to know who won the contest? Does anybody want to know? Anybody want to know? Okay, here's how we're going to do it. Same way as we did it last week. Remember, Linda is Jana's proxy this week, aka co-captain. And so Linda is going to be speaking for their team. I'll be speaking for mine, Sunday for hers, and Stephanie for hers. And we are going to take just a couple seconds of quiet, and whoever starts speaking, that's how you know what place your team is in. All right? Moment of silence, if you will.
I guess that would be me.
Yay!
Filling in for Jana. And since I am the first one to speak, that we are in 4th place. Doesn't mean we're going to stay there, but that's where we are tonight. However, out of all of our 21 team members, only 5 had less points this week than they had the first week. So that means that we have 16 people that have seen growth in their points in our team week to week. And that is huge. And we're really excited about that. But, one thing I wanted to say, Jana didn't tell me to say this, but I'm going to say it. It's very important that everybody on the teams, not just our team, but all the teams, turn in their points, even if it's just 20 points. You need to turn in your points, because if you don't, it's a 0, and that doesn't help your team at all. So we want everybody that, has said they're going to participate, that are on the team, that whatever they are, wear the pink tide. So, whatever you are, be sure you always put in what your points are. Don't be embarrassed by them. Life happens. If it's 20, it's 20, but at least you put something and it's not a goose egg. So I just wanted to throw that in. And so because we take averages, not totals. That's why it's so important. Everybody turns in their points. So our average for this last week was 200.24. I'm going to get the points in there, points for Pink Tide. So that put us in 4th place. We had 3 top people this week that I'm very proud of. Terry Bowling, who is on here and is going to share with us how she did 800 points last week. And then Amber Kidd, she's on here. She had 350. And shock of all shocks, I had 340. And I don't know if that happened because I could take Friday, Saturday and work a little bit more on my points after we got home. And since I'm sitting in a boot, I don't have anywhere to go. So I could work on, my business a little bit. So anyway, so those are the top 3 for this week. So Terry, if you will unmute yourself, and you've got just a minute to share how you got 800 points.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. Let me get my tracker. Basically, I go straight by the tracker, and this time I send cards to 3 people. And I do that quite a bit. And so that was 15. And then, of course, post on social media, which, that's 70. And I always do check-ins. I always check in on my team members. So that was 30 points there. There was 3, 10 each. And then I made a Plexus reel. And then I shared a sample this time. And I trained a member on my downline. I did that, one person. And also I do a lot of the online team trainings with other jewels. And I just go in and do YouTubes. And I click on a lot of Jennifer Leith. Is that how you say her name?
Yeah.
I follow her a lot, and I listen to a lot of her power hours, team calls, and stuff like that. So the power hour, I got oh my goodness, 100 points out of that one. And I do utilize the ATM method. So that was 40 points for me there. Of course, I added a VIP with the reset welcome pack. And that's what I strive for when, people ask me, well, what should I get? So I try to get them into the reset welcome packs. I do listen to a lot of team calls, not just my particular team call, but I listen to a lot. I do. I go and just, on Facebook, some of the groups that I've joined, other jewels, I go in and listen to them a lot. And that's how I'm learning a lot from other jewels. Yeah. And of course our jewels too. Yeah. And also I did have 2 VIP customers this time. So there was 300 points.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. So what helps me is a lot of power hours that I do, a lot of other team. If our team's not doing anything, I go and I look at other teams. I do a lot of the YouTubes also. So that helps me a whole lot. And I love the education from it all. And I'm learning something. Let me show you real quickly, my notebook. I had to go and get me a big, thick notebook. Can y'all see it? And look at the notes. That ain't just notebook paper. That's a lot of notes from where I learned from other people. Yeah. So I'm excited. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Carrie. And I'm so proud of you. You're on my team. I'm proud of you. And so I just wanted to say to the other 3 teams that are coming up, of whom we don't know is number 1, but we do know we're number 4th, but the tide is still going to roll. We are not staying 4. I just want you to know that. So just, buckle up, you 3.
Well, you guys were first place last week.
We were, and we want to go back there. So anyway, so we're going to roll that pink tide. And then I don't know who's going to be the next one.
Okay, it's Legacy Builders. Hey, we moved up 1. Woohoo! And we're going to move up each week. Get ready, everybody. So, yeah, we had a good week. My team, a lot of them, I wasn't as detailed, I guess, in who all grew and everything. Sorry, guys, I'll get better at that. But I just know that you guys did amazing. And I know a lot of you are up in points, and I'm just so proud of you. And our top earner is, again, Sue McCain. And she had 735 points. And not only was like, I talked to her earlier today before we knew all the points and everything. And she was like, yeah, like it was a low week. It was slow. And it was a hard week for her. Had a lot going on personally. And so it wasn't until she started tallying up her points that she's like, oh, it wasn't so bad of a week as I thought it was. And she did amazing. So with that on top of everything she had going on, like that's just something, Sue, you should be very proud. And that's just something that, you know what, I make up a lot of excuses why I can't do some things, and you have all the excuses in the world. And yet you still overcome them and still come out on top. So that really says a lot. So anyway, I'm going to let Sue just share her kind of tip of something that's really helping her. And you guys will kind of see that it's tying in with what we're focusing on this week. So I'm excited for her to share. Take it away, Sue.
Thank you. Yeah, so I really didn't think I was gonna have like maybe 100 points, but when I started adding it up, it did add up. A few of the things that I'm doing right now is I'm really taking care of my team. I am like sending notes to them. I'm voice messaging them. And so that's where a lot of my points came from. I did do a sip and see with one of my members, and actually today she signed 2 people. So I'm hoping she'll be silver by the end of the week. That's what we're shooting for. But truly, guys, there's something that I downloaded on Etsy. I spent $5 on it. It's been the best $5 I've ever spent. It's my little tracker. I know I've shown it on a couple of the groups. I have all my members now in my folder. And like today, when I signed up one on myself, and then I signed up the other 2 for my helping my friend, I just took this sheet with me and I had all their information on there. And actually they're like, oh, I need to screenshot that, because it had I put their password on there. So everything is on this sheet, and I can keep track of my people here. So when I send out the card, I just put the date, sent the card, put the date, made a voice message. And this is really helping me take care of my team, because like when I was talking to Steph, I got to do that first before I get all these people. And this is going to help me be in Mexico with Billy Joe.
Yeah. I believe it, with all of our team. Yes.
Sue, can you add that to the Building Freedom page, the link to the Etsy or the whatever? I'm seeing in the comments, people are like, what? I want that. I want that. So
Yeah, I was just going to wait until I told about it, and then I'll put it in there tonight after the team call.
Perfect. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This goes great with what I posted earlier about our challenge for this week. And if you guys haven't seen it, go back and look after the call. But that's what we're going to do. This is help keeping us organized and to help with our customer care, which is crucial. I mean, that's the number one thing that we really need to focus on right now, especially, is to keep who we have and really care for them. And yeah, so I'm just excited about this. So way to go, team. All right, Let's see who number 2 is.
All right, it's my team. We got second again. I'm so excited because the first week we came in last, so I'm way excited. And y'all, we were so close to catching Amber and her team. So close. Amber, you're going down 1 week. I swear, we're gonna get you.
I don't know if you were as close as you think you were. I'm just saying.
It helps with everybody turning their numbers in. So we still had some that didn't turn their numbers in. And by the way, even if you're like embarrassed about your numbers, I have several that private message me theirs. They don't add it to the group. So I mean, do that to your teams as well. If you're like, well, it didn't have a very good week, private message your team captain and let them know what theirs is so they can add it to the number, because it's better than a 0 that hits in there. But y'all, way proud of my team. Y'all, my team hit their high numbers. There were several that did their personal best this week. They had more points than they've had so far in the contest. I'm so proud of them. Okay, so as far as the numbers, I'm going to give the top 4 because it's 300 and up. So Marla came in 4th with 310. Tracy came in 3rd with 490, which by the way, both jewels, I'm very proud of them. The second place was Jen. Jen, I'm so proud of you because she came in 1st last time with 535. And y'all, we have a new winner on my team. Tanya came in with 1st with 610 points. I'm so proud of you, Tanya. So I know you're on here somewhere, and she's going to share real quick what she did this week to get those 610 points.
I'm excited. So I just follow the tracker. I'm just trying to do as many things on there as I can, post on social media every day. I'm trying to utilize the power hours. I love those. I got 100 points for that. I use the ATM method. I try to do that. And so I got 100 points for that. And then I added a VIP this week. An old customer came back, so that was awesome. And I had one of my VIPs do a reset, so I added her to that group. So just following the tracker. Thank y'all for this. Amber, it's awesome.
That is awesome. I'm so proud of y'all. And y'all notice, if you're on here, like, how can I get to the higher points? Notice that each person that won this week as the top earners have all gotten at least one VIP. So I'm proud of y'all for doing that. And I know it's hard. I really do. I know it's hard. So Amber, share with us all the things.
Can y'all hear it? Yeah, come on now. Sorry, I had to. You guys, I'm so proud of everyone. Hearing these numbers, hearing how, one team is down and they're back up and they're doubling their points and all these things. My goodness. Everyone give yourself a pat on the back. Go ahead. Go ahead. I see some of you not doing it. Linda never did it. I watched her. And you guys are doing so incredibly well. And I love, you guys put in the chat what you love about the contest. I love how I'm watching our community get stronger. Y'all are getting to know each other better and all the things. I absolutely love that. So we had a phenomenal week. Like, I don't know if we can top ourselves, but that's going to be our goal. Our points as a whole were up this week from last week, over 5,000 points. What? I know, some of y'all saw your jaws hit the floor. I couldn't believe it. These tracker sheets are coming in, and listen, what they were talking about earlier, what Linda mentioned, when you don't turn in a tracker sheet, it's a big 0, which brings down the total for your whole team. So you know what I did this week? Everybody that wasn't turning in tracker sheets, I got after them. Here's your tracker sheet. Fill this out. Do it now. So if you see someone like that, encourage them there in your team. So we had some mega high point earners this week. Point people. That was good, wasn't it? Our coming in third place on my team is Susan Butler. What's up, Susan Butler? I believe she signed up a girl like a week ago, and she's already got 2 people and about to go silver. Whoa,
Hey,
what?
Hey, and I've got another one that I signed the following week that is working on, she's already given out samples and she's working on 3 before the end of the
That's
month.
awesome. That is awesome. Next, and Susan had 705 points. Then coming in second place on my team is Lynn Scarborough, who I think is in the car right now. Coming in with 700.
here.
There she is.
I'm
There she
here.
is. She's here.
I'm here.
Lynn had 765 points this week. Holy smokes. And then coming in at first place, and I don't know if she's going to be able to speak. Where is Karen Holter? She's literally working at a concession stand. So I'm not sure if she's going to be able to unmute and speak. But that is okay. Can you hear me, Karen?
Amber, may I say one thing?
Yeah, hold on. Karen, can you hear me? Okay, because she texted me. She was like, make sure I hear you say my name. Okay, Susan, here's what I wanted to do. Lynn, I love you. I love you so much, but I want to hear from Susan tonight. Is that okay? She is on your team. So there's that. Susan, take about a minute. Tell us what you did this week to get 705 points.
Okay, well, I signed a new VIP this week and I attended 4 or 5 power hours. I did the ATM method. I watched, I don't know how many diamond videos, but I also sent out 14 samples
Wow.
this week, all from private messaging people on their birthday saying, happy birthday, I would love to gift you with some plexus samples. And so now this week I am following up on all 14 of those. And the week before that I had 3. And so, and I already got 1 today, and that's what I'm doing.
That is incredible, Susan. I'm so stinking proud of you. So proud of everyone on my team. I'm telling you, I think I was looking, there's maybe 3 people whose points stayed right around the same. Everybody else's points increased. We even had a couple of people who weren't real honed into the contest get more into it this week and turn in tracker sheets. So again, so stinking proud of you guys. Y'all are getting you're getting promises from God. That's what we're giving you, you guys. That sounds kind of funny, but you're getting a little box with note cards with verses on them and different promises from God. They're really cute. So we'll be getting those sent out very soon. I say I'll be getting those sent out very soon. Susan, did you have one more thing?
I did. I wanted to say that one of the diamond videos that I watched was all about getting organized. And so this week I changed my whole program to this new organizational binder where I am keeping track of everything in one place instead of in multiple places. And that's really helped.
You and Terry are going to have binder contests going on before too long. See who has the bigger notebook, you and Terry Bowling. I love it. I
Diamond
love it.
video, Susan.
I'm sorry?
Which diamond video?
Hang on, let me look back. No, it was Megan Golf.
Okay. Why don't you, when you get a chance, if you can find that and put that in the Building Freedom page as well.
Yes, ma'am, I will. It was from the dive in last week.
Perfect.
A couple things to just say, and then I want to make sure Sunday or Stephanie wants to say anything else. Remember, the goal is not all the points on the tracker sheet. The goal is to see your points in your back office increase. Now, by doing a lot of the things we're doing on the tracker sheet, that is going to happen. But make sure you are watching these calls and learning all of these things and then implementing all that you've learned into signing up new people. Y'all, the VIPs and new brand ambassadors are 150 points now. And that's what we want to see the majority of this next week. You're moving into the last week of the month. We kind of refer to this as Magic Week. It can be powerful. So take all that you've learned, take all that you've absorbed, and put it into action. Make sure that you're doing that. You're reaching out to new people. Those power hours, they're not called that lightly. They are powerful. They will help you. If you're uncertain of what to do, get on a power hour. There are times posted for those all through Building Freedom. Sunday or Steph, do y'all have anything you want to add about the contest?
Steph, do you want to go? Is she still on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here. I think you guys have covered a lot of
good?
it, what I was going to cover or what I was going to bring up. So
I'm so
Yeah.
proud of each
Hey,
of
let
y'all.
me ask this along the lines of contest. Who's already won their Apple Watch? Who's gotten their Apple Watch from corporate? If you haven't, go ahead and put it in the chat if you've got your Apple Watch. If you haven't, put in the chat how many more people you need and let us cheer you on and pray over that. Okay. It may be all 6 people. It's okay. Go ahead and put it in the chat and let us cheer you on. But I'm excited. Or maybe you're opting for the Samsung Galaxy. You're one of those. I don't know. Anyway, I'm an Apple girl. But okay, let's look over at our book. We are going to wrap up this book tonight, you guys. We have heard from some of you all who have gotten on these calls and you're kind of hearing little bits and pieces about the book. You've decided to get it and you're loving it. So you may be a few chapters behind. That's okay. Man, I'm seeing so many in here. I'm 1 person away. I'm 4 people away. Y'all, this is completely doable, completely doable. Let's turn in our books. I feel like I'm a member in church, old school. Let's turn in your hymnals to page, this doesn't have a page number. Page 217, chapter 15.
hey, Amber, can I
Cultivate-
bring one
Yeah.
thing up real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I just saw it in here. So I just somebody was asking, so I know it's other people's question
Okay.
about, are we going to update the tracker for this week? So like, should they wait to print off the tracker or?
That gets interesting because we're moving into a new month. So some of the monthly things yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll figure it out tonight or in the morning.
Okay. So we'll just let them know in the morning. Sound
Yeah,
good?
Yeah,
y'all-
I can probably do something with it tonight. Well, let me tell you, we'll figure it out tonight because some of the monthly things will need to be only applied toward October. So we just need to make that clear. Yeah.
And y'all, end of the month, this is going to be an amazing, amazing month. And I believe we're going to do a special prize for next week's call for this end of the month week. So y'all, you are going to want that prize. It is going to be different than anything because we want y'all to celebrate the end of the month and how putting all this together, getting it to fruition for you and getting it to pay off the trackers and the posting and the reaching out and all the things. So we're so excited about the end of the month.
Yes. The end of the month, like we said, can be huge. It'll be huge. Okay. It's huge. All right. Chapter 15, you guys, this may be my favorite chapter in this entire book. I think it's one of the most important ones. Cultivating slight edge habits. What do you put in the chat? What do you guys think of when you hear the word habits? Do you think good habits, bad habits? Do you think of a specific habit? What do you think of? So he talks about on the very first page of chapter 15, there are 2 kinds of habits, those that serve you and those that don't. Brushing your teeth is a habit that serves you. Biting your nails is one that doesn't. So what is something, just be thinking through your head right now, what is something that you do as it relates to plexus? I want to keep this all related to plexus because that's what we're doing, right? That is maybe not necessarily a good habit, is a bad habit. And what is something you do that is a good habit? Something that you almost do without even thinking about it. Like Janet said, something you that you don't have to think about. It says on page 219, the individual who wants to reach the top in business must appreciate the might of the force of habit and must understand that practices are what creates habits. He must be quick to break those habits that can break him. Ooh, that's good. And hasten to adopt those practices that will become the habits that can help him achieve the success he desires. Do you guys know, I can't remember the reference right now, but there's a Bible verse that talks about how I do the things I'm not supposed to do and I don't do the things I'm supposed to do, right? I feel that way so often in Plexus. Like, why can't I just sit down and do the things I am supposed to do? Talk to me. Those of you that are caught up on your reading, if that's very many of you, I'm not sure. What is something that you guys got out of chapter 15? And then we'll continue talking through it. Your habits come from your daily activities compounded over time. Dun, dun, dun. What is something that you guys got out of chapter 15? Or what is something that all of this conversation makes you immediately think of? Good habits, bad habits, as it relates to Plexus.
To be consistent, do the same thing over and over every day. Be consistent.
That is so good. And he actually talks about that here in just a few minutes. Did you read ahead? Was that Vanessa?
Yes, it was me. Yes, it was me.
Oh, okay. You're so dark. You look like you're in like witness protection program. I
I
can barely
know.
see your face.
I am the Plexus Protection Program. Have you heard of it?
You need one of those. You just need one of those voice changers, you know.
Yes.
I love that. He talks about that here in just a minute. He talks about habit number 1, show up. Just show up. So think about that in your Plexus business. What does it look like to show up? No one is, knocking on your shoulder going, hey, I need you to get this job done. You are your own boss. So what is going to make you show up? What is going to make you want to sit down every day? And as habit number 2 says, be consistent. Keep going with it. As I was reading through this, I had a conversation with someone today on my team, and we were talking about someone that she had underneath her who was just on fire, and all of a sudden just kind of fell off. And it was kind of like, as we discussed it, they'd tried and some stuff was happening, but it wasn't happening as fast as they wanted. And I just think, my goodness, that's kind of silly. If I went and got a loan from the bank and started my own business, brick and mortar walls, I'd probably give it a little more time, right? Be consistent. You only fail when you quit. You only fail with Plexus when you quit, when you throw in the towel. That is it. And you're completely done.
Hey, I want to read this quote.
Okay, go for it, Terry. What
I
page are you at?
actually had it hanging in my classroom and I had to look it back up because I couldn't quite get it. But talking about habits, it says, watch your thoughts, they become your words. Watch your words, they become your actions. Watch your actions, they become your habits. Watch your habits, they become your character. Watch your character, it becomes your destiny. I'm like, oh yeah. And it all
That's
starts with your
good.
thoughts. But
Mhm.
and it eventually becomes your habit, and good habits, bad habits.
Yeah. Well, and I love, and this is all with the slight edge, it's all talking about just doing the next little thing. He's not saying, habit number 1 wasn't show up and give it 12 hours a day. And habit number 2 was, be consistent till your fingers bleed. It's just doing the next thing. Show up, be consistent, stay with it. There are people that are watching you. This sounds a little creepy, not like in a stalker way, but they're watching you with Plexus. They're watching to see, is this the real deal? Is she going to be serious about this? Right? They're watching. Trust me, they're watching. I had someone order reset from me just the other week, first time Plexus customer who's been my Facebook friend since I signed up for Facebook, which was long before I signed up for Plexus. So she's been watching my entire journey and just joined. And she told me, I've been watching you, right? I've been watching you. Habit number 1, show up. Habit number 2, be consistent. Habit number 3, have a positive outlook. Boy, wouldn't it be great if we could? How do you turn that into a habit? How do you turn, that's what I'm gonna ask you guys. How do you turn having a positive outlook into a habit? Anybody got any thoughts on that? You don't have to read ahead. It's just a random question I'm asking.
I do. I think your mind, at least for me, if I start what I call the spiral, if I start thinking negatively, then everything starts to look negative. And if you force yourself to think positive, so even if you wake up and you're like, you don't feel positive, if you can think of 3 things that are good that day, and 3 things that you're thankful for and grateful for, and you want to thank the Lord for, your mind then starts looking for other things that it can be thankful for. I know for me, I have to watch it. I have to, what I call the spiral. I don't want to spiral. I want to be more positive. So
Mhm.
at least that's what it is for me.
Absolutely.
I think also along that same exact line, but if you wake up and you're grouchy, do something that makes you happy so that you can retrieve to be happy. You know, you gotta, if it's listening to Christian music, if it's, you know, whatever it is, make sure that you do that at the very first start of the morning and just get your mindset changed. Because if you don't do that, and affirmations are amazing for me.
Yeah.
Y'all, what my dad used to tell me, I don't know how he knew, but if I came out of the room and I was grouchy in the mornings, he would like, you didn't read your Bible, go back in there and read your Bible till you're in a better mood. And I'm like, how did he not know I was not reading my Bible? I mean, it's like he knew, it was like magic thing. So I always had to make sure if I didn't read my Bible, that I'd put on a smile because my dad always knew if I had read my Bible that day.
That's hilarious. That's really funny. What a gift. Habit number 4, be committed for the long haul. Listen to this, page 225. Showing up is essential. Showing up consistently is powerful. Showing up consistently with a positive outlook is even more powerful. But doing all of that for a week, it's just doing it for a week, right? He's talking about taking this far longer than a week and making these active habits and active practices in our daily lives. Anybody have anything on that habit number 4? Habit number 5, cultivate a burning desire backed by faith. Y'all, this part of this chapter right here, I'm going to read this. I'm going to try not to sound mundane and boring. Okay. Early on in this book, I said that just wanting something isn't going to get it for you. And that's true. But it doesn't mean desire isn't a necessary ingredient. We think of desire as a powerful force because we often feel it so strongly. But the truth is, desire in itself is often a pretty fickle, weak thing. You want something and then the feeling passes. Has anyone ever had an ambassador on their team like that before? And they're going, I want this so bad. I'm going to be diamond. I'm going to do this. And then the feeling passes. Like an infant, we desire a shiny object. And then once it's in our hands, our attention is caught by something else. And the shiny object that was sought so earnestly moments ago now falls from our fingers unnoticed. Sometimes, though, desire gets deep down on the inside and starts to burn. This is the kind of desire that all of us Jules have in our hearts right now after being in Hawaii. And when it does, it can burn for years. That's the kind of desire that gets you up early and keeps you up late. It's what keeps you motivated to press forward when adversity hits. A desire like that can move mountains and alter the course of rivers. Okay, I'm almost done. Here is the truth about burning desire. It is a powerful force and it works in 2 directions depending on what you see. Most people wish for big things but can't really see themselves getting them. Hello, do you see yourselves getting these big things? The few who achieve great things are those who not only passionately wanted to achieve them, but also clearly see themselves achieving them. That's the key to harnessing the power of desire. It is like a team of wild horses that need a driver to steer them in the right direction. And that driver is your vision. When I read that, I got chills thinking about you guys, wondering how many of you see yourselves achieving great and incredible things in Plexus. You have your why, you have your reason to sit down and work, you have your reason to show up, but do you see yourself moving on? Do you see yourself as a gold or a senior gold, a senior ruby, a jewel in Mexico? Do you actually see it? Because I'm here to tell you, I have got a wide variety, and I think every jewel would say this, a wide variety of personalities on my team, a lot of different personalities. I see so much potential in every single person. It's not a specific personality. It doesn't matter if you're introverted or if you're extroverted. It doesn't matter if you have 100 friends on Facebook or 1,000 friends on Facebook. Anyone can do this business. And I'm saying that, and Cindy will agree with me, Stephanie will agree with me, because we've seen it for so long. I've been in Plexus for almost 9 years. I think Cindy's at 9 years too, 9.5 or something like that. We know so many different people who are super successful in this business, who are all completely different people. So it's all up to you. Do you see yourself? What is holding you back if you don't? Ask yourself, why can't I see myself there? Do I think I don't know enough? I'm not as smart as the next person? Do I think I'm too old? Do I think I'm too, hello, this resonates with me, not in good enough shape to do this, right? Like, what are my excuses? What is holding me back? I'm here to tell you guys, I'm drawing my line in the sand. I'm done with some of my sorry excuses. Okay, I'm done with them. And yes, as a diamond ambassador, you can still make them every day. And I'm done with them. Okay, so if y'all are ready to throw in the towel on your excuses, let me know, because I'm ready. Okay, I got to talk fast, y'all. We're gonna move on to chapter. Anybody else have anything from chapter 15? Okay, chapter 16. 3 steps to your dreams. He talks very specifically about step 1, step 2, step 3. So we're really going to hit the highlights of these. You must make it specific. Give it a deadline and write it down. So here's what I want you guys to do. Either grab your phone, grab a pen and paper, grab something that you can take a note on. And you're going to draw 5, or you're just going to 1 through 5. And right now you're only going to fill in number 1, but you're going to write out a dream. What is a dream that you have? A dream for your Plexus business, a dream for your family, a dream house, a dream location, a dream vacation. What is a dream that you have? And then after this call, you're going to fill in 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you're going to write out those dreams. So step 1 is to write it down. Write down your dreams. And for these purposes, maybe try to keep them as close to your Plexus dreams as possible, but you could do this with anything. What are your dreams for your marriage? What are your dreams for your family? You can do this for anything. Step 2, look at it every day. Dun, dun, dun. Some of y'all are like, I can write it down, but now you want me to look at it and accept it every single day. Yeah, that's the slight edge. That's doing the next thing. So we're going to look at our dreams every day. We're going to look at this list every day. Step number 3, start with a plan. Start with a plan. As it relates to Plexus, you have a plan. Now, you may not know exactly what that looks like yet. And here's what I mean. Maybe you're new to our team, although I see a lot of familiar faces. But if you are new, or any of you that have new people, they have a plan. They just may not know what it is yet. What I mean is we've got so many different ways to learn, like you guys were just talking about, Zoom calls and corporate trainings and all these different things. We, their upline, can set them up with a plan. I just had a call the other day with one of my level 1s, working through time blocking with her, because I feel like after talking with her, it's something she really needs. It wouldn't work for everyone, but for her, that was part of her plan. So set up your plan. But I love what he says in here. You have to start with a plan. But the plan you start with will not be the plan that gets you there. Your plans will change, especially within this. I just saw Vicky nod her head like, yep, that's right. And here she is an Emerald. She knows this. She's been in this business long enough to know that your plans will change. And guys, I almost hate to even say this, but some of your people will change, and that's okay. The same team that got you there may not be all of the same team that keeps you there. Okay. And that's okay. But your plan will have to change. So if you're uncertain of like, okay, I have this tracker sheet doing the contest, but I don't really know what else to do beyond that. What is going to be my plan moving into November and December, or December and January and all that? Talk with your upline, whether it's your direct upline, your jewel upline, talk with one of us and let us help come up with a plan. Okay, that will really work for you. And you're okay. So let's talk about those 3 steps. Who's got something on that? Writing your dream down, looking at it every day, and starting with a plan.
Amber, can I say something about the plan real quick?
Of course.
I had years and years ago, I can't remember. I've been with, like Amber said, I've been with Plexus for 9 years, and I can't remember if it was right when I started or whatever, but somebody did a coaching call with a group of people, and I just happened to be in there, lucked out. They had said to close your eyes. So I want y'all to do this later tonight, okay, or tomorrow. You close your eyes and you envision yourself already an Emerald Ambassador. And what are you doing? What does your day look like? Write it down. Think about your day. You wake up and what are you doing? Are you, most people, when they hit Emerald, Sapphire, and Diamond, they're able to retire from their job and work this solely because you're making enough money. So what does your day look like? Go through that whole process on what you do to build your own business to help your team. And then turn around and make that happen. Start doing those things now, as far as that plan that you see yourself. Because I know a lot of times people get caught up on, well, my sponsor doesn't do this, or my downline doesn't do this. If you take all that away, put yourself already in that position that you're trying to get to, what are you doing to maintain that position and to build that position? And that's what you need to go after and go at that point. That's my only tip on the plan that you working.
That's awesome. Anybody else have anything from that chapter, from chapter 16? Or anything, maybe you haven't read the chapter, but something resonated with you that we talked about. Going once, going twice. Okay, moving right along. Chapter 17 is a little bit different when it comes to discussion, because there's a lot of filling in the blanks. So I really want to encourage you, if you haven't gotten this book, get this book. It's an easy read. And like we've said before, it's not 75 hard. It's not asking you to do the super duper hard things. It's asking you to do the slight edge. And it really, in my opinion, goes right along with the contest we're doing, the tracker sheet, and all of that. But he talks about writing down specific dreams for different things. The first one he starts with is your health. My dreams for my health, my plan to start, and one simple daily discipline that you're going to implement. Have you guys ever decided, like, I know I can't be alone in this, like, I'm going to lose weight, and you get up and you're like, I'm going to have my protein shake, and I'm going to work out for 2 hours, and then I'm going to lift weights, and then I'm going to go for a walk. You're just wanting to do everything. And by day 2 or 3, you're like, screw it, I'm done. Like, I can't do this, right? He's talking about the slight edge, one simple daily discipline to help you achieve that goal, right? Sunday, it's like you're in my head. Yeah, I do it all the time. My husband's like, settle down, like, just settle. I'm like, no, I want to do it all. My dreams for my happiness is the next one he talks about. And he says to be specific and vivid and with a timeline. What is my plan to start? And what is one simple daily discipline? My dreams for my relationships, my plan to start, one simple daily discipline, my dreams for personal development, and my dreams for my finances, for my career, on and it goes, and for my life. I want to encourage you guys. Like I said, I may try to just post these pages in Building Freedom so that you can see specifically what those are, but get this book, fill this out. I think there's power in this, and then pray over them. He doesn't really mention that specifically, but y'all, this may sound cheesy to some of you, but write out your dreams, put it in your hand, and hold it in your hand while you pray over it. Put your hand on it and pray over it. There's so much power in that. And ask God to bless it. And believe me, he will. And if you ever think, or if anyone ever tries to tell you that God doesn't care about Plexus, listen to me. There's enough believers in this company tithing more and giving more and doing more. He cares about Plexus. I promise you that. And then chapter 18 is really, I'm not even going to go, it's 2 pages, where to go from here. And then in the back of this book, there are a ton. Some of you got guys that like to read. Y'all, I'm just going to give myself a shout out. I just read like 3 paragraphs to y'all. Do you want to know the last time I've read that long in public? It does not happen very often for a dyslexic. It does not happen. Life transforming books back here, page 275. All sorts of wonderful, wonderful resources. Most of these are on audiobooks. Heyo. And I will do my best the next book we pick out to see if we can get an audiobook. I know it helps me and it helps a lot of you guys. Okay, so now I want to ask, we've got 6 minutes. Those of you that are in the book, no matter where you're at, those of you that got anything from the book as we've been discussing, go ahead and unmute and tell us what is something that you got from this book that you are either already implementing in your life or you want to start implementing. What is a slight edge that you want to start doing in your life? I'll start calling on people. I'll do it. I don't like silence. Can you tell?
I am going to just do one thing instead of doing 15 things not very good. I'm going to start with
That's
that.
good. That's
Yeah.
powerful, actually.
I'm like
Vanessa.
out
That's
there,
really powerful.
you know?
Yeah, because that's easy to do. It's easy to do with all that we have going on. It's easy to do.
It's craziness. And you don't do any one thing good. So I'm going to try
Yeah.
that.
Anybody else have anything?
Can I say something? I jumped into
Yeah.
this book late, and I'm on just getting ready to start chapter 5. And I have always had an aversion to the book clubs and all that kind of stuff because before we retired, I was so busy all the time. And then I started doing some, other things after we retired that I'd never gotten to do with my personal time. So I feel bad I didn't get in on this on the beginning, because this is an incredible book. I've already told Tina to order it. She's already ordered it for their business in Florida, and they have their own business. So it's just a really good book. So where I am right now, the last chapter 4, was mastering the mundane and the philosophy of your life. What is your philosophy? Because that is what's going to get you to where you want to be. And it is a very good book, and I can't recommend it higher. And so for me, I learned that when you all say we're going to do a book thing with our team, that I'm in. And because it's really, this one, I wished I'd gotten in on the beginning of the whole thing.
Yeah, I can assure you, anytime that we recommend a book, one of us or some of us have read it. And like this one, we weren't really, when we started this book, the contest wasn't already in the works, but it was almost like the contest kind of came out from the book a little bit, because we wanted to do something else. We wanted the slight edge. We wanted to do something more. Libby, I think you unmuted.
Yeah, I guess 2 things, like when you were asking what we were going to start trying to work on, mine would be consistency. And this book, out of all the ones that I've participated with, I mean, it's not been many, but it's been the best one for me. Right after the beginning of the book, when he was talking about offering the million over the penny, it's kind of funny, because the next day that I was out, I actually found 2 pennies on the ground. It's like, okay, that's kind of weird. So me being the skeptic that I am, I came home and it's like, I'm going to sit down and do the math. And I did the math over a month's time, and I was blown away at the amount at the end of 31 days. And it's like, okay, there's got to be something to this. So I've really enjoyed the book. In fact, I wish we could have gone a little bit slower, and I'm behind, but I'm definitely finishing this book. So.
Awesome. Hi, Mia. I see Mia is on our Zoom call now. She didn't get to come to Hawaii, so everybody wave at sweet Mia. Hi, Mia. She's so cute. Anybody else have anything from our book? All right, you guys. We are super excited. We will be announcing everything in the morning, the new team prize and all of that. I'll work on the tracker sheet tonight and kind of make sure that it's obvious, the monthly points, where those need to go and everything. Hard to copy and paste. Well, okay. The link's in the chat. I'll go back. Let's see. Is it just the link from the video, or were there more? I'll see if I can get them. I can get the chat from the chat here in a few minutes once the
Or if
Zoom
you're the
uploads.
person that added the link, go to the Building Freedom page and add the links there for
There you go.
everybody. And not
And just type
the
a short
people on the
description of
call.
what it is.
Yes. For those people who did not get on the call, they want to learn too.
Perfect.
Thank you, Sue.
All right, guys, we will see you all next Monday night. Oh, Sue, did you have something?
Yeah, I need a prayer request like ASAP.
Okay.
I have a girlfriend who her daughter, I'm not sure how old, I think she's like 27. She's had 3 babies. The first baby she lost at 38 weeks. Had to deliver the baby stillborn. Second baby, he's 3 and same thing. I think he was 37 weeks and he had all the cords wrapped around him and stuff. She just had a baby today. She wanted them to have the baby at 37 weeks because of all the problems from the other 2. And now they're just being both transferred to Madison in different ambulances. So if we could just keep Emma and Gunnar in our prayers, please.
Okay. Yes, and Teresa put in the chat, we're also praying for those of you in Florida. Those hurricanes, they're no fun. All right, let's pray, you guys. Thanks for hopping on here. This was fun. Love y'all. And what a fun book to go through with you guys. I've had fun with this. Okay. Dear Lord, I thank you so much for this night. I thank you for all of these wonderful friends. Thank you for the gift of Plexus, bringing us all together. Lord, I pray that as some of us have finished the book, we continue reading the book, Lord, that we will implement what we're learning. And we will put some of these slight edges into our lives, Lord. I pray that these next few days are big, big days for our team, and that it truly is magic week for us, Lord. God, we do pray for Sue's friend Emma and for her baby. Lord, we pray your protection right now over both of them. We pray that you will hold both of them so tightly in your hands, Lord. Guide the doctors and the nurses and everyone involved with the whole situation. Lord, we pray for our friends in Florida, especially those near Tampa and that area, Lord. We just pray your protection over them. Father God, we love you. We thank you and we praise you for all that you are, for all that you do for us. In your name, amen. All right, guys, we will see you next Monday night at 7:30. Bye.